Today we're going to attend the best tasting ever, a yarn tasting. Hey everyone, it's Natalie, also known as Knitty Natty, and today we are testing out Berroco's fall yarn. So before I get into it and show you all of the different yarns, we're also going to actually knit with them and try them out. I just wanted to let you know that you can also try this tasting kit at home. Something that's really cool about Berroco is they really support the local yarn store. So they don't sell directly online, but there's a link down below for their drop shipping site and store locator. So if you want to get the yarn tasting kit or you really like one of these yarns today, just head to that link and you can go onto Berroco's website and use it to find a shop near you. And even if it's, a couple hours away, you can get in contact with that shop and they will ship this kit or any of the Berroco yarns to you. So in the kit, there are mini balls of each of the new Berroco fall yarns: Remix Chunky, Luca, Dolce, Topaz, Lana's Quick, and Ariel Color. There's also a yarn tasting menu, Berroco's Fall 2021 newsletter, their Fall 2021 catalog, the cutest sheep sticker, and a thank you note with 50% off a pattern. All right, so let's take a closer look at each of these yarns. First up, we have Luca. Luca has a luxurious staple, classic colors, buttery soft, and it's a multi-plied yarn. It has really good stitch definition for a polished, classic, and sophisticated look. The combination of the downy soft cashmere halo with the drape of cotton makes this a dream for garments and accessories. So this one is 50% cashmere, 50% cotton. It is nice and soft. I love this kind of muted blushy pink that we're going to work with today. More on that in just a little bit. Next up is Remix Chunky. Remix and Remix Light are so popular that Berroco decided to make a heavier weight version. This is 100% recycled, wool-free, an all-season favorite sustainable yarn. It's durable, machine washable, cozy, and great to work with. There's lots of fun colors, and this tweedy look makes it good for home items as well as garments for men, women, and children. So this yarn is so cool. It is a blend of all kinds of things: 30% nylon, 27% cotton, 24% acrylic, 10% silk, and 9% linen, and it is all recycled material. It does have a soft feel, but it kind of leans more towards that like cottony like hand to it. So I'm really interested to see how this one knits up. Our third yarn is Topaz. A silky soft, buttery, heavy worsted single ply with a bit of a halo and beautiful color changes. Topaz has a subtle, thick, thin, it kind of adds texture and interest, and it has a long changing color repeat. This funky fresh yarn is truly fun to knit and crochet with all kinds of designs. So this one's definitely interesting being a single ply. It does have a little bit of thick thinness to it. The one I have here seems to be kind of greens and grays, maybe a little bit of yellow. It'll be fun to see how it knits up. It's 72% wool, 20% alpaca, and 8% nylon. I'm really excited to work with this one. This is called Dolce. Flecks of color peek through this beautiful, soft, fuzzy halo on Dolce. It is a variegated cotton and nylon core spun with airy brushed alpaca and wool halo. Light and fluffy, the gorgeous palette of this yarn has a modern technical construction, but it is destined to be worked up into heirloom knits. So basically, sciencey stuff. They've worked out how to make this yarn with all these different fibers, but it still has that beautiful look of kind of more of a classic like haloed yarn. This is 50% cotton, 20% nylon. That's the core of it. And then 16% alpaca and 14% wool gives it a really fuzzy look, but if you look really close, it's multicolored there on the core. So we've got a purple one here today, and I think it's gonna knit up beautifully. Next up is Ariel Color. With beautiful color changes and a new palette to choose from, you can pair this with just about any yarn for extra softness and subtle color changing halo. It really adds a lovely subtle color variation and a bit of a gleam of silk that makes any project extra special. So this is kind of your classic like silk mohair yarn. You can definitely use it on its own, which we're going to do today, or you can pair it with a solid yarn and let the color changes kind of talk for you. This one has a lot of beautiful colors. It's almost a soft, dusty rainbow. It's going to be really, really cool to knit up. Lastly, we have Lana's Quick. This is a yarn that makers and shop owners have been begging for. It's for quick knitting and crochet projects with a recommended needle size of 11. About half the colors have a color injection effect, which brings something new to our classic wool. It's warm, chunky, rustic, and great for accessories. So this one definitely has a woolier feel. It's a 2-ply yarn. It's nice and chunky. It's going to be great for like knitting up quicker projects, and because it's 100% wool, you could definitely felt it. So today we're going to be using all 6 yarns and testing them together. I'm excited to knit these up. I haven't tried any of these yarns before, though I have worked with Berroco yarns in the past and I have loved them. So I'm excited to get to try these new fall 2021 yarns. So what we're going to be doing to test it out, because I don't just want to make like a rectangle that I can't do anything with, we are going to cast on a super simple cowl. Since we've got all different kinds of weights and fibers here, I am just going to be casting on to a like big needle. I've kind of got like a balance of the weights and the colors, and I didn't want to leave like the mohair on the end or anything. So I'm just gonna get, I think, a size 10 needle and cast on a bunch of stitches and just go for it. Even though it's just like a little, you know, taster, I want the project to look good and feel good. And then I'll be coming back in between each yarn to let you know what I think and give you some suggestions. Okay, I'm going to start with the Luca, which is the 50% cashmere, 50% cotton. It's just got like a really nice feel on it. It's got kind of a different spin to it too. Anyway, I'm going to get this cast on, and then I'm actually going to head out to the living room and hang out with Kent for a minute because he is trying to figure out his travel plans. He is going somewhere, but we've got a tropical storm coming through, so his flight got canceled, and now he's trying to figure out if he can leave now. Talk about stress. So knitting is going to help me through this.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever?
All right, all done with Luca here. Oop. There we go. So it feels super nice. I didn't use up quite all of it because I think I've got about close to 2 inches. That's kind of what I'm aiming for each of them, just to give it a little feel. So I still have a little bit left. It's so squishy and nice. But I'm just doing like a little garter stitch, and then I did a little bit of stockinette. Now, obviously this is a bigger gauge than you would probably want to knit this with. Or knit this too, but it actually feels really, really nice. And if you wanted something that was like extra drapey, remember I'm on a size 10 needles, then this would be good. This is more of a, I would say, a worsted weight yarn. I'm sure those details are on the full ball band, while this one just has the fiber content. But oh, it feels so good. I think this is a perfect yarn for kind of transitional garment pieces. So a top that you want to wear like in the fall or in the spring, because it has that 50% cotton. I'm just sitting here feeling it, not even showing you. But yeah, it just feels really, really good. And I love this color. It's such a nice like pinky color. Probably wouldn't look good on my, on like as a top for me, but I do really love it. So we're gonna go ahead and trim that one off and move on to the next one. Okay, I never get to sit this way because usually I'm filming when it's like really sunny and you can't see, so you can see a little bit of the city there behind me. It's so cool. We have a great view. Oh, and I forgot to update you on the flight. It's a yarn tasting / vlog, but Ken had booked a flight to leave tonight and then it got canceled, so he's still trying to figure it out. Maybe that will be the second theme. What is it called? Not theme. I'm gonna trim this yarn. Plot line. It will be like the underlying plot line to this video. Anyway, let's put in the next yarn, which is the Dolce. I am excited to try this one out. So this one has kind of like a crazy core to it, which is 50% cotton and 20% nylon. And then the fuzziness is the 16% alpaca and 14% wool. It's got a lot of different content in it. Mine is a purple, and then the nylon cotton is like a some blues. It kind of stripes a little bit. It's hard to show you. Some like blues and some kind of almost a peach, and it's kind of like braided almost in there. Maybe I can get a closer up like view of it in just a second. Better go check on that. Maybe I get a closer view in just a second, but I'm excited to try this one out and I will be back once I have a couple inches.
Forever, forever, forever. I watch you as you sleep. You don't know I'm looking. With you everything's complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song on just to wake you up. When I dance around, I can't help but feel it.
Okay, good news. Good news on 2 accounts. Kent got a 3rd flight booked. Hopefully it goes out tomorrow. And this yarn is amazing. I know I have like 1 row, but we're about to head out to one of our local bar restaurants. So I'm gonna bring this with me. I will bring you with me. We'll knit through this one today, the Dolce, and then tomorrow we'll pick back up with the other yarn.
Just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever?
Good morning. It is time to continue our adventure today. I'm going to show you the second yarn here in a second, but an update to the plane saga. Kent has just left and he's on his way to the airport, so we're crossing all of our fingers that he gets off on his flight. I don't know if you can tell, but it is very rainy and icky outside with this tropical storm Henry coming through. So we're just going to be, Toaster and I, we're going to be hunkering down today and doing some knitting. What's better than that? All right, this Dolce knit up so beautifully. Again, you would probably use a smaller needle than a 10, but I'm using the same needle for all the yarns just to make it easy as I'm testing them out. Oh, but I loved knitting with this. It felt great. I feel like this, the best comparison for this as far as like how it knits up and everything, like it's a fuzzy, you know, mohairy type, even though it's got the alpaca in it. I would say it's like a suri, you know, kind of, it has that thicker, fuzzier feel. It's very even though. It's not a lot of different texture. There we go. But it knits up so nicely. So I could see this being great as a replacement anywhere that a pattern might say to use the suri alpaca, because it really has that same kind of feel and hand. And it's a nice, like, it's like a decently thick yarn. Like, it's not looking too much. Obviously it's a little more open, but it's kind of holding gauge here with the first yarn. And so I would say you could probably use this for anything. You could use it for garments, you could use it for accessories. There we go. Oh, that gave you a really good color for just a second. But I'd say it'd work as a really good replacement for anything. It feels like super soft. Like I would not mind having this on my neck, on my head, anything like that. It's a dream. All right, time to move on to our third yarn. Next up, we're gonna be trying out the Remix Chunky. I have heard, hold on, there we go, Remix Chunky. I've heard so many good things about this yarn in the other weights. So I'm excited to try out the Chunky. I've never tried any of the other ones before, but they do have a Remix Light and I believe just a Remix as well. This one is the blend of all kinds of things. So it's got nylon and cotton and acrylic, all at around 30%, and then silk and linen. And it is made from recycled materials, which is why it's called Remix. And it's really, really nice and like sturdy. It wears really well, and you can see, like, I believe it's not even a dyed yarn. This is actually from the recycled materials, all the little speckles, which makes it look a little bit tweedy. So I'm really pumped to get that one put in. And since it's morning, it's just before 9, I have my breakfast with me. I do this every single day, just about. I eat breakfast in bed, and I read, and I knit, and I drink my coffee. So that's what we're gonna do this morning as we add the Remix Light into the cowl.
It never rains in California. The sun is always shining bright. People are smiling, making plans, hiding behind their shades, and you're doing the same. No rain, no flowers, nothing's growing where you're at. Heart is fire, but baby, I bet you're cold without me, even when it's 90 degrees. Without me, I bet that you can get any sleep in that bed, lying awake. 'Cause I'm not there beside you, keeping you warm, and I know I bet you're cold. You're so damn cold.
You helping me? He's helping me taste test all the yarns. All right. I really like this Remix Chunky. I used up quite a bit of it. And knit up really nicely. It feels really nice and soft, and it looks really good. Like the stitch definition, I think is great. Yeah, it looks really, really good. And I love those tweedy little speckles in it. This is giving me some good light for all 3 yarns. I love it. Isn't it interesting how you can use one size needle and kind of get all these different effects, even though this needle is bigger than all of the yarns probably would require. So for the Remix Chunky, since it is a nice, like, pretty dense, hardy yarn, it's definitely soft enough for garments. Like, it would feel very comfortable in a garment. My only concern is if it would be too heavy. So maybe head for like the Remix Light or just the Remix instead of the Chunky. But maybe for like a smaller piece, it wouldn't be too bad. But definitely for lots of home decor, it's gonna wear so well. It's gonna look so good. I think you could definitely do a float tote out of this. Like, double this up and do a float tote and crochet it. I think that would be beautiful. It would have a nice different look to it. So I really, really like this one. All right, we're halfway there. We've knit through 3 of the yarns, and we've got 3 more to go. I'm getting settled here on the couch to knit up this next sample. This is how you Sunday. I've got this couch pulled out into the bed so that I can kick up my feet and knit and relax. I'm gonna watch a little Virgin River. Oh, and I've got my breakfast dessert, some pie from this local place. I'm just like eating parts of it throughout the day. It's a Mississippi mud pie. Second cup of coffee. This is how you Sunday. This is how you do the weekend. So let's knit up this next one. This is the Ariel color, and who doesn't love a good mohair silk blend? I am excited to work this one up. It's 65% Super Kid mohair, 35% silk, Again, this is just like the best kind of yarn if you're a mohair fan, which I'm a huge mohair fan. You can knit it on its own, which is what I'm gonna do, but a lot of the times you'll knit it with another yarn held together, and it just gives a beautiful halo. I know that Tristan of Dragon Horde Yarn has just come out with a new sweater where it's a DK weight and mohair yarn held together, and depending on what mohair you use, you can really change the look of the sweater. Let's say you had like a neutral base, like a gray, and then you held something like this, which has like, I think it's gonna stripe a little bit. Try to get it in focus there. There you go. And it's got all these different colors in it. I mean, it just really changes the look and everything of whatever you're making. So I just know this yarn already is going to be good for everything, accessories, garments, what have you. So let's get this one knit up.
It never rains in California. The sun is always shining bright. But if the sky would open up, you're staying home, you don't get out. You always used to love the rain, but LA changed you. No rain, no flowers, nothing's growing where your heart is fire. But baby, I bet you're cold without me, even when it's 90 degrees. Without me, I bet that you can get any sleep in that bed, lying awake, 'cause I'm not there beside you, keeping you warm, and I know, I bet you're cold.
I just finished up with the Ariel color. Oh my gosh. It's not striping like I thought it was going to. It's more of a subtle, variegated sort of a deal. Oh, can you see those colors? Imagine how that would look if you just held it with a like a neutral or something. It's so beautiful. There's so much of this on here, by the way. This is a ton of yarn, just even in the little sample. But oh man, it looks so good. And I kind of do like, I mean, I like how airy it is, just even knit on its own. This is turning out so fun. I think it's gonna be really, really cute, even though it's a tasting piece, a sample piece, but all those colors in there are looking so awesome. It's got a great feel, perfect for any type of mohair project that you're going to be working on. So let's add in our 5th yarn. Next on our list is Topaz. This one is a really pretty color. It's got that thick, thin feel, so I think that's going to be really cool, and it's a single ply, so it's nice and soft. This one is 72% wool, 20% alpaca, and 8% nylon. I think it's going to go really good to transition from the Ariel into the Topaz before we end with the bulkiest of the yarn. So I decided to sit down here at my computer to join in on one of our Zooms for the membership this morning. That is honestly one of the most fun things I think about the membership, is we have all of these member-led Zooms, and from time to time I'm able to hop into them. So I thought, you know what? I'm knitting this morning. It's Scrappy Sunday Zoom. This is like a Scrappy Sunday thing. So I thought I would join into the fun and chat with people for a little bit this morning while I work up the next yarn. Bye!
Show me what it's like to be circling among the clouds, because without you by my side, I would be stuck here on the ground. You're lighting up the way, I can see the road ahead of me. I won't be stumbling in the dark. Your eyes are shining like the stars. I was down until you saved me, until you set me free. My eyes were closed, now I see clear as day, and I just wanted to say that you can take me high. Feels like I can fly.
Well, that was so much fun getting to chat. I love being able to just hop onto Zoom and get some interaction, some social interaction. But this yarn is yummy. It's that thick, thin, and it's got just a little bit of a halo because it's got some alpaca in it. But this stuff is soft. So this one is called the Topaz yarn, and I really liked the chunkier, fluffier sections of it a lot. They just felt so good in my hands, but look at how it knit up. This one's kind of a green gray. I think it's coming across more gray there on the camera, but look at this light. You can really see the mohair. Oh, it's so good. I love it. This is actually turning out really, really pretty. You know, and the yarn is beautiful. It's nothing about that, but I'm like, oh, I don't know how it's gonna look putting all these different yarns into a cowl together. It's looking awesome. I will have to count my stitches and put for you how many stitches I did once I try it on to make sure it fits and everything, just in case you wanna do this. Make a cowl like this with the Berroco kit as you're taste testing all the yarns. I need to stop saying taste testing because it's just yarn testing. All right, we have one more to go. Our last yarn is the Lana's Quick, which is our bulkiest yarn. This one is a 2-ply, and now that I have this out in the light, it's a blue-gray. It's really gonna be pretty with these other colors. So this one is 100% wool, so it's got a bit of a woolier feel. You know, it has that like toothier feel to it, and it is very lightweight, so I can see this being great if you are knitting a bulky garment or a bulky hat or something like that. It's going to work out really, really nicely. So let's get this one added into the cowl.
Take me high. I can see the sun staring at you when you make that smile. I'm moving closer to you now. I can't get close enough somehow. And I was down until you saved me, until you set me free. My eyes were closed, now I see clear as day. And I just wanted to say that you can take me high. Feels like I can fly.
I walked away for a little while. Is this not the cutest thing? Are you cuddling with my cowl? Do you like the Berroco yarns too? No comment? Okay. Well, that was pretty darn adorable. I had to literally take this out from underneath Toaster because he was just like laying on it. So soft enough for a dog. Okay, so the last one that I worked with, the Lana's Quick, knit up really quickly. I used almost all of this one too, actually. That's the end of it. So it knit up great. It is a very nice bulky with a nice toothy wool feel, very lightweight, great for bulky projects, maybe like a quick hat. If you're gonna do some house slippers, you could even felt it. If you're gonna do a bulky sweater, it would totally work because it's nice and lightweight. I love the light coming through. Let me get these ends woven in and we will do a quick final review. We have successfully tested all 6 of Berroco's fall yarns. Oh, they are great. This is actually really fun. I am super pleased with how this cowl turned out. I counted my stitches for you and I cast on 70 stitches and I used a size 10 needle. So I think that this turned out really, really cute. You could definitely do more stitches if you want it to kind of like hang more, but I mean, hey, for a tester project, this actually looks pretty adorable, I think. Oh my gosh. Now, I would be lying if I didn't say that I had some favorites. They're all amazing, but I do have 3 that really stand out for me. So the first one is the Luca, the very first one that I tested. Oh man. Now get in focus there, Luca. There we go. Oh my gosh. It's just soft, light. It's the cashmere and the cotton. There's something just so, so great about it. So I really like that one. Color might have been a slight influence on me, but the base is amazing. It's so, so good. The other one that really stood out to me was the Dolce. This is a yarn I haven't knit with, you know, like I haven't knit with any of these yarns, but anything like this before. It's just nice and airy. It's really cool with that core yarn that kind of has the flex in it. I just think it knit up beautifully. It's the second one there. And I just really like it. I can see it looking beautiful for so many fall accessories or even garments. And then the third one I was just really impressed with. I had ripped the label a little bit, but it's the Ariel color, and it just turned out so nice when I knit it up. Just imagine it paired with something else. It's just a great mohair silk yarn. Every time I hold it up with like light behind it, look, it's that one, the see-through one. It's so great. But it would look gorgeous held with any of these yarns too. I could really see it being held with the Luca together, or maybe with the remix. That could be really fun. It could go with the bulky too. That would work as well. But I was really impressed by those 3 yarns. So let's put this thing back on. So if you are curious about checking out any of these yarns a little bit further, I will have them linked individually down below so that you can go learn more about them. But remember that Berroco doesn't sell directly online. They are supporting local yarn stores and sell through them. But if you go to their website, I think that was a fuzz. If you go to their website, which I will also have linked, you can do their drop shipping. So even if you don't have a local yarn store near you, you can still find your favorite Berroco yarn, or even grab one of the testing kits to try on your own. I would highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun just to like knit through yarns and just like test them out. I can see that being something that I would very much enjoy doing again. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!